So Lambda functions with certain functions can mimic list comprehension. So first to point out the difference, so list comprehension is primarily used for creating a new list by applying an expression to each item in an iterable and optionally filtering the items based on the condition as we have just seen. Where Lambda functions are used to create short one-line functions in situations such as for passing as arguments to other functions like the map, filter or sorted functions. So let's look at another example of comparing list comprehension to Lambda functions. So here on line 40 I've got my underscore list, range 1 to 5, line 41. So I've called it my underscore 1 to 5 underscore list. And I've got my values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then print my 1 to 5 list to the screen. Now if we print it, we can see right at the bottom it's printed 1 to 5 to the screen. Now here's my list using list comprehension. So on line 45 we can see my underscore list underscore comprehension. So using list comprehension, what we are going to do is multiply each value by itself. So we can see it does x times x. X is multiplied by itself. 4x, so it iterates through the loop, including my 1 to 5 list. So that's my 1 to 5 list over here. So it's going to iterate through 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then it's going to print it to the screen. So if we run the file, we can see 1, 4, 9, 16 and 25. So 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16 and 5 times 5 is 25. Now having a look at how we do this using a Lambda function, let me copy and paste the code in on line number 48. And here is my Lambda function used in conjunction with the map function. I've done a separate video on the map function and that's in my Lambda function video. But basically the map function executes a specific function on each item in an iterable, like a list, dictionary, a tuple and so on. So it's similar to how a for loop works. So my underscore lambda underscore list equals the keyword list. And then we use the map function. Inside the map function, we pass two parameters. So our arguments, and these are, and this one, lambda, which is x, colon, and then x times x. And then we are running this expression over the items in my list, which is my 1 to 5 list. So it's the same thing really, x times x, we can see it over here, x times x. So the value of x will multiply by itself, which is 1 multiplied by 1, 2 multiplied by 2, and so on. So if we run the file, so before we run the file, we can see 1, 4, 9, 16 and 25. This was produced by the list comprehension over here. If we run it again, we can see it's being produced twice now. So once by list comprehension and the next one by a Lambda function.